Okay, things are looking good, I think. If I can survive this Mythos phase, I think I'll be fine. Preston Fairmont's limbs are wrenched into impossible angles by an invisible force. It suffers 4 damage, strength plus 1 negates. Jeez, that's a lot of damage. What the heck, Preston? So we're rolling 5 dice to negate this. Oh. Dexter loses his dazed condition as well. Alright, so... Yes, I would like to spend a clue to make that into a success. So now we got 3. So I only take 1 damage. 1 damage. Only a flesh wound. Okay. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no! He is now injured or wounded or whatever it's called. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what does that mean? We'll look at it. I believe he is considered now wounded. He gains a wounded condition and discards all of his face down damage. And then he's basically going to be eliminated if he takes that same amount of damage again. But that's not going to happen. Alright, so he gets a wounded condition. What does wounded mean? You cannot perform this move action more than once each round. When you suffer damage equal to your health again, you are eliminated. So he is wounded. Gosh darn it. Vanderbilt moves up to 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible, then attacks the investigator within range with the highest strength. Alright, Vanderbilt. He's going to stay where he is because he's already in range of everybody, and he doesn't need to move. So, we're going to attack. Vanderbilt chance... Oh, yeah. Darn it. What was he... He was attacking somebody. The investigator with the most something or other. I forget. Let's just say he's attacking Agatha. Vanderbilt chants and sways, invoking a dread and drowned god. Actually, message log. The highest strength, so it's definitely not her. That would probably be Preston Fairmont or William York. It's our decision. Well, Preston's not doing well. Let's do Yorick. Vanderbilt chants and sways, invoking a dread and drowned god. There's something hypnotic in the sight, like waves on the ocean. Become darn it dazed. Then a complex pattern of waves and tides whirls toward you as if by magic. Suffer 3 face down damage. And a lore check is going to negate some of this. So a lore check, I get to roll 1 additional die. So I'm rolling 4 dice here. But I am dazed. I got 2 successes. Excellent. So I only take 1 face down damage. Excellent. Very nice. Okay. The cultist moves up to 2 spaces. This cultist. 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks each investigator within range. Let's do it. Cultist mumbles a dark chant. You feel something writhing within your skin, opening old wounds. Suffer 1 face down damage. Strength minus 1 negates. And then flip 1 damage face up. So, strength. Let's see if we can negate that damage. I could. Let's do it. And then flip 1 damage face up. Because I do not want to suffer any more damage. It's a muscle tear. Oh no. Roll 1 fewer die while resolving a strength test. Okay. This other cultist moves up to 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible. Okay. It attacks each investigator within range. That's horrible. It's going to attack all 3 people. The cultist mumbles a dark chant. You feel something writhing within your skin, opening old wounds. Except for 1 face down. Oh, this is the same thing. Okay. So all 3 of these guys have to deal with this. Let's start with Agatha Crane. She's avoiding the new damage, and then she's going to flip this one face up, which was only a flesh wound, flip it back face down. Now we're going to deal with Preston Fairmont. He's avoiding the new damage, he has nothing to flip. And then we're going to deal with William Yorick. He avoids the new damage, and he flips this one face up, and it is a lasting injury. Keep face up, but it has no effect. Blood oozes from the wound and trickles down your arm no matter what you do. Each investigator resolves a horror check. Okay. So, we're going to start with the normal cultist against Dexter Drake. Cultist laughs a deep, joyous laugh. The sound echoes all around. Observation test of 1. We've got 3 dice here. Ah, very nice. I cannot fathom what could be so funny. And then the Priest of Dagon is going to try and spook everybody. Start with Agatha. Vanderbilt whispers a message that only you can hear. Your friends seek to slay you. This is observation, which is for her 4. And we've succeeded. You ignore the lies. Alright, now he's going to try his luck on Preston. Vanderbilt grins, and you realize that smile is comprised of row after row of serrated teeth. Suffer 2 face down horror. Observation negates. So we've got 3 plus an additional 1 for observation. And we've got 1 success. So we suffered 1 face down horror. And then Priest of Dagon is going to try his luck with William Yorick. Vanderbilt's flesh ripples and churns. We've seen this one. Suffer 2 horror. Observation plus 1 negates. So his observation is actually plus 1 minus 1. So we're going to roll a 4. Oh, wow. Yes. Definitely succeeded in that. Okie dokie. That is the end of the Mythos phase. So, I think we're going to end it. We're going to be able to complete this scenario. We're going to start with Agatha Crane. And, because she's got very high lore. And she's going to try to evade Fairmont. Or evade, what is his name? Vanderbilt. So we got to deal with that. Vanderbilt spits at your feet, the saliva bubbling and smoking when it hits the ground. Observation 2. Alright, her observation is 4. She's rolling 4 dice, so you need 2 successes. She's going to use the Lucky Rabbit's Foot to re-roll. Alright, we've got 2 successes. You know how to hold your breath until you escape the cloud of fumes. Okay. Very nice. And then we're going to interact. Ritual circle, blah, blah, blah. Disrupt it. Using your gut and scraps of knowledge you have gathered, you attempt to remove the items without triggering the defensive magic. So we're rolling 5 dice for this, and we can use the old journal to convert into successes. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was horrible. Only 1 success. That was really bad. Okay. You remove several items successfully, but you trip up, causing the magic to lash out at you and burn your skin. Suffer 1 face down damage. No, no, no. Okay. So now I need to check, do I need to do another evade test? I've already evaded the enemy. I believe you only need to do it once, but I might be mixing it up with other similar games. And it doesn't say that I only need to do it once. Okay, so we're going to do it again. Evade the priest. It's the same thing. Wow. He's spitting again. The guy's spitting mad. Alright, so again, we're going to want to use one of these and make it into a success. And then we're going to interact again with the ritual. It is the same. So, oh, there we go. There we go. That's nice. We're going to use 2 clue tokens to make this into 2 successes. This ought to do it. Carefully performing each step, you remove the components from the ritual circle. Almost immediately, some of the malign energy seems to fade from the air around you. You've put an end to the cult's vile scheme. Gain the ritual component's unique item, then discard this interact token. We've got ritual components. Collection of eerie objects to be used for some heinous ritual. Very nice. And the investigation is complete if an investigator escapes the mansion with the ritual component's unique item. Investigators win the game when the investigation is complete. Okay, that works. So we still need to get out. But I think this is going to be, I think this will be just fine. So that was Agatha's turn. Preston is going to attack Vanderbilt with a knife. You advance slowly on your foe, taking careful note of his footing. Observation 2. His observation is 3. He rolls 1 additional die. Wow, 3 successes. If you pass, you act as soon as you see the enemy's feet shift. Your foe lunges forward to intercept you, but you dodge deftly aside, cutting a bloody gash along its arm and back. Monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage plus your test result. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 for the knife. That's good. And we're going to slash at him again. Spring forward with a flurry of quick thrusts. This is the agility test. Uh-oh. Well, I'm not dazed, so I'm going to use 2 clues to make this into 2 successes, and that's what I need. Offer suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage plus your test. So he is dead. The Vanderbilt has been taken down a notch. And that was his turn. And then we have William Yorick. Well, let's do Dexter Drake. So Drake is going to start with casting Wither against this cultist here. As you call upon the terrible energies needed to craft your curse, voices in your mind push you to reach for ever more power. A lore check with a difficulty of 2. Alright, we're going to use the focused condition to get those 2 successes. It says roll 3 additional dice if you suffered... Roll 2 additional dice if you've suffered 3 or more horror also, so I'm going to do this. Alright, well, it wouldn't have worked. If you pass, you cackle gleefully as otherworldly energy erupts from your hands. The monster suffers damage equal to your test result. Alright, just 2, fortunately. So, what does this say? See the spell ripple and spread from where it hit your target. You suffer 1 face down damage, and the monster suffers 1 additional damage. Oh, this is good, though, because the monster is now dead. But it's bad because I now... Well, first I'm going to gain another Wither spell. That is not exactly the order it should be in. But we're gaining another Wither spell, become focused again. But now I have to become dead, essentially. So, all of my face down damage... Does it say... It said... Now I have to look through these again. You suffer 1 face down damage, right? Okay. So, all of my damage that I had is discarded. I become wounded. And that is it. So this, all this face down damage was discarded. And I am now a wounded fella. Okay. So that was Drake's turn, and then Yorick is going to try and kill this last cultist by whacking him with the crowbar. So let's whack him with the crowbar. Come on. As you swing at your foe, the sweat on your palms threatens to loose the weapon from your grasp. It's a strength. Alright, here we are. We're back. I ran out of space on my camera, so I had to upload that. But I was just getting ready to make a roll last time, and I believe I did succeed, or I did complete the roll and did all of the damage and whatnot. So I have one more action for Mr. Yorick. So we're going to attack this cultist again. Is the other cultist dead? The other cultist has been killed, I guess. So this green cultist is dead. Get that guy out of there. So, Yorick, what are you going to do? You're going to hit him with a crowbar, of course. You drive your weapon toward your enemy's foot in an attempt to hobble it. It's a strength check. We need a 1. So we're rolling 4 dice. Aha, we've succeeded. The figure's foot is crushed against the ground. The cultist suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage, which is a 2. It's not quite dead yet. Alright, that is it. And we're gonna go on to the Mythos phase. Out of sight, a strange buzzing machine comes to life to carry out its dark purpose. Each investigator flips 1 damage and 1 horror face up, then becomes dazed. What the heck? Alright, well, I might as well not get rid of this. 1 damage and 1 horror face up. Jeez Louise. Alright, startled. No effect. Flip it back face down. Okay. Minor shock, no effect. Flip this card face down. And let's see here. Minor injury, flip it back face down. Minor shock, flip it back face down. Okay. What was that horrible machine all about? Oh, and everybody's dazed. Darn. Doggone it. Alright, give everybody a dazed card. Maybe I should put the dazed card on their investigator card like that. It'll be easier to remember it. Alright, the cultist moves up to 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible. Nope, staying where he is. And attacks the investigator. Alright. The cultist reveals an amulet that emits a beam of light that pierces into your eyes. You lose track of reality and horrifying visions manifest before you. It's an observation test. So let's see. Observation, which is 4 dice. And I roll 1 fewer because of my hallucinations. Nope. You claw at your face as the monstrous visions consume your mind. Suffer 1 face down damage and 1 horror. Alright, face down damage. Look at that one there, and 1 horror face up. Shrieking Fit. You scream and scream and scream, and then you cry, and then giggle, and then hiccup. Okay. Become restrained, and then discard this card. Ooh, interesting. That was a strange little Shrieking Fit. Alright. So he is now restrained. Cannot move on this next turn. That's okay. We're just going to attack that cultist again. And then we're going to have to do horror checks against this cultist. The cultist laughs a deep, joyous laugh. The sound echoes all around you. It's a willpower check. It is 4 dice. If you pass, you cannot fathom what could be so funny. Very nice. And that is it. Alright, so all we need to do now is get Agatha Crane, who has the ritual components, to the front door. So we're going to do that. Agatha is moving 1, 2, and then she is moving 1, 2. She still needs to explore out this front door, I believe, in order to escape. But that is... We're well on our way to doing it. Pretty much have won the game. We just need to play it out now. We'll do Preston Fairmont. He is going to, for his first action, he's going to pick up this sledgehammer, which allows him to discard a face-down horror. And then he is going to move 1, 2. And he's going to discard this dazed card. Then we have Dexter Drake. And, oh, I was playing all of those things on William York. It should have been Dexter Drake that whole time. Oh well. Doesn't really matter at this point. Alright, so Dexter here is going to try and cast Wither on this cultist. Man, I knew I was doing something wrong. So he's going to try and cast Wither against the cultist. And finally kill it. Although, who's restrained? I think it should be Dexter who is now restrained. So we're going to attack it with a spell. Try to sound your way through the alien words. It's a lore check. I have 5 dice to roll. I've definitely succeeded. You're struck with sudden and blasphemous understanding that you no longer mimic sounds, but shout the invocation with keen purpose. The monster suffers damage equal to your test result plus 1. Well, that was 3 plus 1, so that guy is dead. Alright, and then I can flip over this Wither card. For once, the spell seems to go exactly as written in that old book. No additional effect. And we will gain a new Wither. Alright, so he cannot voluntarily move, but I might as well, since we have another round to go. Let's explore in this space here. We'll explore over here. Large scroll showing the solar system is sprawled across the pile of books. The scroll is marked with the orbits of the 8 planets. A straight line is drawn out across them from the sun, marked with today's date and the words planetary alignment. Gain 1 clue. Yes, we already know what was going on. And we're going to lose our restrained and dazed status effects. And then finally, we have Mr. William York, and he really can't do anything. He's going to go 1, 2, and then he's going to go 1. He's going to actually stay there. It doesn't really matter where he goes at this point. We're basically just rounding out the end of the scenario. So that is that. End the investigator phase. Listening to a soft voice in his head, it is a long while before William York realizes that he is peeling off his own fingernails. Fun. William York suffers 2 face-down damage and 2 face-down horror. His lore +1 negates. His lore is 3. He has arcane manuscript, so he rolls 4, and it gets +1, so it's 5. Alright, so he has... he's still dazed, so he can't do anything about these magnifying glasses, but he has 2 successes, so he can suffer 2 face-down damage, 2 face-down horror, some 2 of any of those. So he's going to take... We'll just do 1 and 1. And then he flips all of his damage and horror face up. So he's feeling lightheaded. Flip 1 horror face up. And then flip this card face down. So this... Suffer 1 additional face down damage, then flip this card face down. Unfortunately. Ooh. 1 additional face down damage. And then what is this one? Demoralizing injury. Resolve immediately. Suffer 1 additional face down horror. Then flip this card face down. Oh no. Okay. And then we're going to flip this one face up again. He's got dementia. Discard 1 clue. Then flip it face down. And he's got the same one again. So suffer another additional face down damage. But I'm not going to go flip that face up, because it's just going to get ridiculous at this point. So he's got another face down damage like that. Okay. That is it. That is the investigator phase. That means we're done. We're going to explore out of the... Well, let's go say hi to the butler, just to be polite. Eugene cowers in the entryway. I think I know who they are. We'll ask him. Eugene wipes his brow with a handkerchief as you approach. They've been Mr. Vanderbilt's guests in the past. They are members of the Astronomy Association. Gain 2 clues. Alright. And that's it. We're gonna get out of there. The mansion's front door is just in front of you. The investigation is complete if an investigator escapes the mansion with the ritual component's unique item. Investigators win the game when the investigation is complete. You can escape only if you have the ritual components. We can escape. You throw open the door and flee into the night, carrying the proof of Vanderbilt's heinous crimes with you. The investigation is complete. Each investigator wins the game unless an effect such as the insane condition, Dexter Drake, he's insane, prevents you from doing so. Okay, so the end.
You burst through the front door of the mansion and run for your vehicle, desperately clutching the components from the ritual site. Incontrovertible evidence of the cult and proof of their connection to the disappearances. Your vehicle sputters and slides as you accelerate down the uneven drive. If you can make it to the police department alive, the cult will surely be destroyed. You smash through the gates at the end of the drive and careen out into the road, leaving the Vanderbilt estate far behind you.
Jeez, I mean, you only need to get to the police department alive, and you're driving rather recklessly for that situation. My goodness. Alright, well that is the end, as you can see there on the screen, which means for Mansions of Madness Scenario 1, that's all she wrote.